Off. Former Bournemouth youth player who's had loans with Dorchester and Worthing in his time. Ref surveys the scene. Good attendance at Silver Lake Stadium. Poised for kickoff. There goes the whistle. Eastleigh looking to make it 5 wins out of 5. They've swept aside all in front of them. Some really solid performances. Shared the goals round. They've looked really good, and they welcome back chief goal getter Paul McCallum into the fold for this one, having won by the only goal. Chris Maguire's penalty on Saturday. Quick turnaround, so both bosses, Calvin Davis and Steve Morrison of Sutton, deciding to use their squads. Sutton making changes to more than half of the team. First start for Matt Rush, and several other alterations are there on the front foot here, trying to build something. Semenyo attempting to get the challenge in for Eastleigh. That's good positive fare from the former EFL team. Sutton relegated last term, finishing second bottom in 23rd place in League Two, having had 3 good seasons in the Football League. At times they did challenge for promotion in the playoffs before it went wrong last term. Steve Morrison, who was announced as head coach in January, wasn't able to keep them up. Eastleigh would love to become an EFL club at some point, and well, they're the early pace setter in the National League. Can they sustain their challenge? 100% so far, looking to continue that perfection as McCallum tries to intervene, but it's through for the Sutton keeper, Steve Arnold. Not to be confused with the actor who plays Ashley Peacock in Coronation Street. I'm sure he hears that all the time, does Steve? He's 35 last week, and he is actually playing one of his old clubs today. He's had several clubs in a long career. Spent some time with Eastleigh in 2009-10 when they were a Conference South club. How busy will he be in this one? Of course, the Spitfires do have an aura about them, which comes with churning out victories. They've beaten Maidenhead, Fylde, Solihull Moors and Altrincham. Here's Vokins cutting it across the face of goal. Menacing, excellent run. He surges forward with such energy. Brilliant ball from his captain, Jake Taylor, pinging that pinpoint perfection. And Vokins hoping to pick out Quigley or McCallum, but it's away by the Sutton rearguard. They had a 2-2 draw with York at the VBS Community Stadium in front of 2,624 fans on Saturday. Ball launched in by Semenyo. Humphreys forward. Can't pick out a teammate though. Purposeful opening from both teams. You'd expect both clubs to be up there in the higher echelons for this season. Of course, very hard to predict. So much quality up there. We'll keep you up to date. A full day of action in the 5th tier of English football. Great to have your company both in the UK and further afield today on National League TV. Who's going to have the first clear opportunity of the game, I wonder? Looking at the head-to-heads, when Eastleigh last hosted Sutton, Adam Marriott clinched all 3 points with the only goal in April 2021, and that was the year that Sutton won the league, so that was a big scalp for Eastleigh at the time. They've done well here against them. 1-1 draw and a 3-2 the previous 2 matches, and Sutton have had the better of their home games, 3-0 and 1-0 in the most recent 2 home matches for Sutton. But here in Hampshire, it's Eastleigh on the attack. McCallum seeking out Maguire. Not the best of headers, it just had enough on it for Arnold to claim, but Maguire, who's been in the goals this season, scored a cracker as a super sub against Fylde, and with a nerveless match-clinching penalty on Saturday. Quigley for McCallum, who chested it and then lifted towards Maguire. That's good defending in the end. He just generated enough power, did the Sutton captain Tyler French. Summer signing after the cancellation of his contract with Dundee. He's played for Bradford and Wrexham, and he's alongside Harry Ransom, who actually got promotion with Crawley to League One last season via the playoffs. So we've got a good central defensive combination. It's going to take all of Eastleigh's craft and qualities to get past them, but they found a way in each of the 4 fixtures so far. Kelvin Davis will be delighted with how they've gone about their business. The Sutton fans in good voice. Good work by Rush and Finley Barbrook, who's on loan from Ipswich. Semenyo goes over to meet Coley, and free kick given away of Eastleigh for Lloyd Humphreys to take. He's caught the eye so far with some consistent displays. Sad day for football, of course, with England managers Sven-Göran Eriksson passing away, aged 76, achieved so much at club level, and then with England, first foreign boss. Our thoughts with his family and friends. Was lucky enough to meet him a couple of times, and very polite, respectful man, really well respected in the game. Here's Maguire. Fouled, always looking to make things happen. The 35-year-old, former Scottish international, Aberdeen, Sheffield Wednesday, Sunderland, many other clubs. Really is an asset to this football club. Vokins is over it. Loan at the end of the season, now permanent. Been brilliant so far. The right boot of Maguire bends it in menacingly. Franciat was forward from the back, but it's a breakaway now for the yellow shirts of Sutton. And their danger man, really, Josh Coley, who scored in the draw with York. He's got 3 in 4 games, actually. And now it's with Naddison. Plenty of EFL experience for him. He's a really good acquisition on loan, is Naddison. Played for Fleetwood in League One with Carlisle, and then around 150 games for Crawley. Scored famously in their televised FA Cup win against Leeds, and now with Sutton as they look for an instant return to the Football League. I'm told that elsewhere you can follow all the action, of course, elsewhere on National League TV. Tamworth have just scored direct from a corner, so that'll be well worth seeing on the highlights. Go to the National League channels and all the social media pages of the respective clubs. So Tamworth into the 5th tier after their promotion, and have just scored straight from a corner kick. So promises to be an eventful day. They're 1-up on Aldershot. Southend 1-0 up on Dagenham and Redbridge. Woking 0, Hartlepool 1 as well. So goals flying in elsewhere. We'll keep you up to date with the action. Recap of the highlights here at half-time, as well as the table as it stands and the scores from the rest of the country. All the matches kicking off at 3. Up to the 9-minute mark, 0-0. Neither keeper tested yet. Here's Naddison. Plays it into the feet of Coley. Little layoff. That's a super attack from Sutton as the shot comes in from Siju Odalusi, trying to steer it into the corner, and he just about did enough there. The Joe McDonnell, safe pair of hands for Eastleigh, and he had to be there. That was very well worked by the visitors. Odalusi, well capable of finding the back of the net. Former Aveley player, West Ham trainee. Got to the National League South playoffs and nearly found the back of the net at Silver Lake Stadium. Good save by McDonnell. But that serves notice of what Sutton are about, and here they come again with Wadham. It's going to be a closely fought game, this, you feel. Matt Rush. Now it's back with French, the skipper. Franciette had it covered there. McDonnell allowed it to go wide, and it will be a corner kick, but Sutton knocking at the door and posing the questions. Save from Odelusi's effort, and then Eastleigh's number 6, Franciette, hitting that one behind. Corner kick, curving in. Header away by Franciette, I think it was. Coley, what a start to the campaign he's made. Goes for the chip. Semenyo away, and now Quigley tries to relieve the pressure, but it's all Sutton at the moment against the league leaders. Hayden Muller on the charge again. Steve Morrison's men. Quigley assisting the rear guard and winning through to get his team a throw in. Quigley, popular figure. Won the penalty on Saturday on his 50th appearance for the club. Certainly you feel is due a goal, given the positions he's got into and how he's contributed for the side. Right in front of the technical area, so Sutton player is down. And referee Sam Mulhall just checking out the situation. Well, it's not far for the physio to go if required, but I think Edwino Vass is going to be okay. Another former Eastleigh player with Sidhu Odelusi, who had that chance early. Wasn't able to keep it out. Joe McDonnell cleared by Semenyo, only as far as Vass, who took one touch to control, and then he clipped it majestically. Pace, power, precision. McDonnell got a touch, but it's superb from Sutton. They bring the brighter team so far. They've had opportunities, and they've broken the deadlock against the league leaders. And Eastleigh's 100% record is really being put to the test here. They trail Sutton by 1-0. A memorable, magical moment for Edwino Vass. Top class. Well, I don't think perhaps expected him to score from there, but he'll be thrilled with the ferocity he generated and the action he got on the ball. Well, they hit back in a game we brought to you live when they were 2-0 down on Fylde, went on and won 4-2. So they'll hope for similar resilience and character and to force it back in their favour. But Sutton, I'm not sure whether you'd say the goal was coming with Ransom down there on the turf. Should be okay. But they had started to get onto the front foot, hadn't they, the away team? Looking to continue their unbeaten start, and if they did get a win, they're close to within a point of Eastleigh. Began the day 4th. For Sutton, a little bit, it took a touch. It's a corner kick. Should really have been a goal. Big sigh of relief for the home players. Former Southend and Braintree player, got in the playoffs, National League South playoffs with Braintree. Aveley, Maidstone United last season. Matt Rush nearly scored there. Here's the resulting corner. Away on the volley. They really have settled into this contest, playing some excellent football. Sutton United. Barbrook was Ipswich Academy's Player of the Year last season. Went on loan to Chelmsford City and got to a playoff semi. packed a lot into his young years, and he's playing in the centre. He's just pulling the strings, isn't he? Conducting operations from the middle. And they have really threatened down the left with Coley and goal scorer Edwino Vass looking particularly threatening. 17th minute, Sutton 1-0 up. Maidenhead lead Barnet 1-0, Oldham 0, Gateshead 1. Gateshead towards the top, and Hartlepool are 2-0 up now at Woking. Here at Silver Lake Stadium, it's Eastleigh 0, Sutton United 1. A stunning goal from Edwino Vaz has broken the dad, Steve Morrison, who joined as head coach from Hornchurch, leaving them top of the Isthmian League Premier, steered Cardiff clear of Championship relegation, and as a player made nearly 700 senior appearances, half for Millwall, Wales international, now a head coach in the National League, and he'll be much the happier boss at the moment. Kelvin Davies knows his team have it all to do here. Semenyo scrapping, scuttling after that one, but made himself big, did Steve Arnold. And he knows if he can keep his sheet clean, Sutton will get a win. A clash of the high flyers here. Little layoff by Odelusi. Looks a class player, doesn't he? Sidiou Odelusi, summer signing from Aveley. 17 goals, getting them to the National League South playoffs. He's already had a good opportunity before the goal scored by Edwino Vaz. French, wearing that armband with pride and passion. It's Rui. Barbrook wants it, but it's rolled by Hayden Muller. In comes the cross from Vass, and it's an absolute belter of a ball in. He's been magnificent so far. Odelusi making the surging run. It was just laid into his path by Ashley Nadesan. Vass has already scored a goal, nearly had an assist there. Cracking ball for Sidiou Odelusi, who will be disappointed with his finish, stretching and straining to try and guide that into the back of the net. But if you were just watching these teams for the first time, you'd feel it was Sutton who'd won their first four. They've been the side who've had the better of it, but Eastleigh know they've just got to hang in there. They're well aware of the calibre of opposition. It's a step up probably from what they've faced so far. Just got to make sure they don't concede another one. Welcome along wherever you're watching this on National League TV. Here come Eastleigh now. Could this be the moment for them? Quigley's in the middle. In comes the cross. It was intended for McCallum, who shouts in disappointment and frustration. It's a good burst from Semenyo down the right-hand side. The best moment of the game, really, for Eastleigh so far. He did have options. Quigley, Maguire were waiting. So too was McCallum, but too heavy with that connection, and it flies harmlessly behind. But that was better from the hosts. Finished 13th last season, 9th the season before that. Would love to be competing for those playoffs. Or who knows, even better, but it's a long way to go. Too much on that for Nadesan, and through for Joe McDonnell, who was doing his utmost to keep out the drive from Edwino Vaz, but just ended up touching it into the net. So well flighted by Sutton's number 12. French for Barbrook and Matt Rush. Vokins in a hurry to get us back underway as we approach the midway point. In fact, he's going to leave it for Niall Mayer, former Bolton youth player, feature for Halifax and Grimsby as well, the number 31, Mayer with the throw. Now Rui, referee, blows his whistle. Was there a collision to the head there? And you've got to be careful with anything that hits the head of a player. He's just checking signals to the bench, and fingers crossed nothing too serious for Tyler French, who's a happy captain at the moment. With just about a quarter of this National League contest on a bank holiday Monday, and it's Sutton United who have the advantage. Stunning effort from range by Edwino Vaz. Franciette back for McDonnell. Remember, Eastleigh have won every game so far, yet to drop a point. But Sutton have had 2 wins and 2 draws. And if you offered them that start following relegation last season, they might have taken it. McCallum has cut an exasperated figure so far, but we know only too well, 31 last season, Golden Boot winner. He's already got 3 this. He just needs 1 chance, does Paul McCallum. The home fans were absolutely delighted on social media when the team was announced and saw that his name was back on the starting list. 24th minute at Silver Lake Stadium. Eastleigh 0, Sutton 1. We'll bring you the key moments at half-time if you've missed any of them. Hope you've enjoyed your long weekend so far. Forest Green 1-0 up on Altrincham. Wealdstone have a 1-0 lead over Fylde, bringing you goals from elsewhere in the country as they go in. Corner kick now for Sutton. It's going to be taken by Josh Coley, former Exeter winger, signed in June 2023, went to play for Norwich, Dunfermline and Maidenhead. Here it comes. Header away by McCallum on rearguard duty, the striker. Perfect judgment of the flight there. Edwino Vaz for Naddison. And now Coley again. Coley has looked dangerous every time he's got the ball. He's given that one away though. The backtracking Maguire did a good job for the team. Maguire met by Naddison and Matt Rush. Whistle blown. It's a free kick for Eastleigh. Haven't really had a clear opportunity yet. The Spitfires. This their biggest test yet, but they've got into the habit of winning matches. Do have good options on the bench, likes of Tyrese Shade, new acquisition Noah Boutin, who came off the bench in stoppage time for his debut on Saturday. Eastleigh with a trip to Gateshead coming up. It's a big game there. Gateshead going well. Up goes Odalusi. Franciette trying to get there, but Naddison is too clever. Coley, and still steady from Humphreys. Ushers it towards his goalkeeper, McDonnell, who's certainly been the busier keeper so far. You'd say Sutton on the overall play, good value for their lead. They'd shown themselves as an attacking entity before. A brilliant goal from Edwino Vaz. Here's the flick now for Maguire. Vokins. But Sutton looking well organised. Shepherded back by Humphreys for McDonnell. Goes long, but no one's there, and that's just going to go for his opposite number. Arnold, Sutton's preferred keeper, with Jack Sims waiting in the wings. He was actually in the National League South Team of the Season. Helped Braintree get promoted. Eastleigh with McDonnell between the posts. 28th minute then. Sutton have this game right where they want it. But Eastleigh have shown consistently in the last 4 games how they can turn a match in their favour with the quality they've got. Shown a good team spirit. And they're going to need that now. As the sun comes out, pleasant weather. This footballing Monday in the National League. It's been a busy August. It's been an awesome August for Eastleigh. But Sutton just easing into the season. Of course, huge disappointment for them to lose their EFL status, but they're looking like a team who are determined to bounce straight back. As Naddison up against Humphreys and wins a corner. It's going to be taken by Coley, who's motored up and down that left flank. Some clever flicks, some good crosses, pacey running. He's shown all the attributes of a fine winger so far. Coley, left wing, right boot, curves it towards Tyler French. Too much on the ball, really. And despite the best efforts of Jack Wadham, it just dribbled out of play. And they kept going, and the referee's not happy with that. The whistle had long gone, and he's issuing a yellow card here to Tyler French, the keeper. The skipper, rather. So not happy with that. He's on a tightrope now. Maybe Eastleigh can work that in their favour, the fact that the opposition is on that yellow card, put him under some pressure. Unnecessary as well. Throw in from Mayer towards McCallum, who's come out wide left to try and instigate something. Warui up high. Barbrook. Foul by Jake Taylor. Hasn't been able to influence the game as he normally does, Taylor. Up against a very good midfield. Siju Odelusi brought down. It's a free kick now for the Yellows. Past the half-hour mark, and the goal scorer, Edwino Vaz, is over it. It's going to be him with his left. Maybe Coley could be someone who offers his services. Odelusi is obviously a target. So too is French, the skipper, has gone forward from the back. Edwino Vaz plays a reverse ball. Clever for Coley. They weren't expecting that. They've obviously worked on that in training, and they've won another set piece. It's been a dominant display, this, by Sutton so far. Southend 1, Dagenham and Redbridge 1 is the latest score. Ransom. Quigley. And Aldershot have equalised at Tamworth. 1-1 there. So it's another afternoon of drama, of thrills and spills. And of course, this is only match day 5 46 in total. Really is a marathon, but an absorbing, compelling one at that, and we'll bring you all the drama on National League TV. Jack Woodward talking you through this one. Pleasure to be here as it's clattered away by Arnold. Hasn't had to make a save yet. Quigley tries the flick. McCallum onside. Semenyo now. Can he get the cross in? Maguire's in front of him. Semenyo just showed too much of that one to Edwin Vass. Back with Humphreys for Taylor, who's been in scoring form, the skipper this season. Scored in back-to-back games before the successful trip to Altrincham. Eastleigh were smiling in Cheshire, but not so happy in Hampshire on this Monday afternoon yet. But things they know can change rapidly. Here's Barbrook. He's really shown some promise, hasn't he, so far. McCallum not happy, but not too enthused about something. Free kick Sutton. It's been a bit stop-start in recent moments. Vass, the headline maker, glory grabber with the opening goal. Here he goes with the free kick. He's bent that one well. Warui sticks out a boot. Edwin Vass, like a magnet to the ball at the moment, turns it over, and it breaks now for Coley. Block from Humphreys. That was a good strike, actually. Really got the laces through it, did Josh Coley, wanting to continue his scoring spree at the start of this campaign. McDonald, quick footwork, but can't pick out a teammate. Odalusi, commanding figure, isn't he? And now Coley, busy, bright. Coley still. Odalusi, really good technical player. Oh, now it's Quigley, intervenes well. Breakaway now for Eastleigh. Quigley with McCallum through the middle. Thought about getting the ball over, but they crowded him out. He did really well to keep it, but then Sutton have it back. And here goes French, who's pushed over. That's going to be a yellow card for Vokins. He enters the notebook after a good little burst forward by French. That was looking good momentarily for Eastleigh, and Quigley. McCallum wanted the early ball, but they got back. They hunted in packs there, did Sutton, working like Trojans off the ball. They've had the endeavour, the industry and the quality in attack when they've needed it. 35th minute. They've worked it nicely again of the visitors. Tyler French, the captain, swings it over. Had her away towards Barbrook. It was awkward for him. Bounced up, tried to hook it towards goal, but it drifts well adjacent to the target. But another decent attack from Steve Morrison's men. Outstanding display from young Finlay Barbrook. But he skewed that one well wide. 35 gone, 1-0 Sutton here at Eastleigh. McDonald to clear. Good atmosphere in the ground. The Sutton fans, in fairness, were singing at the start of the game before they even scored. Now they're even happier. Solihull Moors are 1-0 up at Halifax. Most of the games have goals. It's still 0-0 between Braintree and Ebbsfleet, Yeovil and Rochdale, and York and Boston. And 1-0 to the away side here into the final 10 minutes of what's been starting line to keep their unbeaten record. Who knows? Maybe they'll go on and make it 5 wins out of 5. That's a brilliant counter and a fine finish, as you'd expect, from Paul McCallum. He's a brilliant striker of this football club. Eastleigh 1, Sutton 1. more magic from McCallum, but Quigley, Semenyo take a lot of credit for the way they built that attack down the right-hand side. Tough on Sutton. They've been top quality so far, but they couldn't deal with Eastleigh's precision. And Kelvin Davis will be ecstatic with the way they constructed that move and finished it off. Yes, he got a touch to the ball, did Arnold, but there's no way McCallum wasn't going to score from there. Close range, steered in the header, and it's 4 for him already. And he's on course to be right up amongst the leading marksmen, having topped the tree last season with the Golden Boot. 38 gone. Eastleigh have got the tails up. Vokins on the charge. Maguire. There's definitely more goals in this game. Mayer. And Franciette for Humphreys. Excellent ball. Maguire's onside. This could, oh no, the flag was raised. He's disappointed there. He felt he timed it perfectly. Wasn't much in that. It was a brilliant cross-field ball high. And, well, it was only fractional. Maguire would have really fancied his chances of laying on a second goal for his team. Well, how the momentum has changed. Pendulum went the way of Sutton through Edwino Vass. But McCallum's leveller from Quigley's cross has made it 1-1. And the home fans lifted. Oh, and then there's something after the whistle was blown there. As, well, it's all got a little bit unseemly. Matt Rush went down. And now we have an unsatisfactory situation. Rush is in some distress, lying on the turf. Let's have another look at that. As, well, Barbara was competing with Warui. Rush went in. Whistle was blown, and then a collision between Rush and the Eastleigh captain, Jake Taylor. The referee is having a chat with Tyler French. He's also given a yellow card. Well, I don't think the players involved in the collision have been booked there. It's actually Ashley Nadesan who's been booked. So Barbara and Warui, and it's Nadesan who's gone over, and he's pushed Jake Taylor. So it was Taylor collided with Rush, but it's the reaction from Nadesan that's been punished, only with a yellow card. But no, he shouldn't be pushing anyone over, and he should know better than that. Ashley Nadesan, with his wealth of experience in the EFL and now playing in the National League, the man on loan, gone into the book. Hasn't been played in bad spirits at all this game, but it all simmering tension spilled over there. Referee Sam Mulhall has dealt with it well though, and it remains 1-1, a feisty encounter. Will they be going into the interval on as even? Or do we have more goals to come in the remainder of this opening 45? It's been entertaining fare. I seem to say that every week we bring you a game on National League TV. Humphreys. The hosts will be feeling a whole lot better than they were. Sutton having the better of it, scoring through Edwino Vass, but Eastleigh have roared back at them with their best attack of the game. Down the right flank, Semenyo and Quigley involved, and McCallum was there in the middle to do what he does, nodding home emphatically. Perfect connection with a header from a precise cross, and Arnold couldn't keep it out. Looks too close to call, but have shown real powers of resilience and recovery in this glorious mini run. Will the purple patch of National League victories continue here? They've got themselves back on terms. They'd love to get the old noses in front before the break. Semenyo to loop one long into the afternoon sunshine of Silver Lake Stadium. Referee blows his whistle. Remember to stay tuned for all the latest scores and the 2 goals and rest of the key action from the first half at half-time. Can run through the latest elsewhere as we approach the break. Braintree 0, Ebbsfleet 0. Forest Green 1-0 up on Altrincham. Halifax 0, Solihull Moors 1. Maidenhead 2-0 up on Barnet. Oldham 0, Gateshead 1. Southend 1, Dagenham and Redbridge 1. Tamworth 1, Aldershot 1. Wealdstone 1, Fylde 0. Woking 0, Hartlepool 2. Yeovil 0, Rochdale 0. And York 0, Boston United 0. There's National League North and South action as well. Busy day for the National League. That's how we like it. Throw in then for Sutton into the closing stages of a gripping first half. French. Barbrook. Finley Barbrook rolls it firmly. The cutback from Wadham, but he just spins favourably through for Joe McDonnell, much to the satisfaction and appreciation of the home supporters. Another excellent crowd inside the stadium, worthy of a top of the table clash, really. Yes, it's still in its fledgling stages, the table, but makes good reading for both clubs, really. First against fourth. Sutton want to get themselves higher with Rush, opposed by Taylor. Vaz. Humphreys gets it over the perimeter of the pitch. Fourth official, Mark Darien, about to signify how long we're going to get in terms of stoppage time. Francillette, Warui, Odelusi. He'll go for glory here. He's quite able to ping them from that sort of range. Good positioning though. Well organised rear guard from Eastleigh. Maguire on the charge. French and Ransom for Sutton into additional minutes. Edwino Vass smashed in a really good dipping shot from outside the box, which McDonnell couldn't claw to safety. Sutton had other openings, were playing with a real spring in their step. Eastleigh had to do a lot of defending, but then they broke effectively down the right wing through Semenyo and Quigley, who centred for the goal-getter par excellence, Paul McCallum, to finish off with yet another goal for his collection. The prolific scorer didn't disappoint. And that's the tale of the tape, really, from what we've seen. It's a fairly breezy afternoon, as you can see from the flag flapping vigorously behind Steve Arnold in his bright goalkeeping outfit. Is either team going to conjure an opportunity in the remainder of this half? Barbrook. Easy interception from Maguire, who goes down under the challenge of Siju Odelusi. And we're going to get additional stoppage time, actually. Some concern here from both players. So, physio of Sutton rapidly out. So we're going to have stoppage time in stoppage time. as both sides contemplate a big final push before we go into the interval. Last time Sutton were in the National League, of course, they won the title and got promoted to the EFL for the first time in their history. And they were competitive until things went wrong last term. But they'll be encouraged how they've started. But a couple of draws, a couple of wins. They're level here with Eastleigh, who top the division, 4 wins out of 4. They'd love to make it 5 out of 5. And they're in with a chance. A lengthy pause in play. Looking like a fairly serious injury. But we've got everything crossed here that a full recovery is made. Of course, the welfare of the player is absolutely paramount. And it's Matt Rush who's receiving the treatment, their summer signing. Keen to make an impact, and he has done so on his first start. He's given a really energetic all-action performance, but it is a head injury, so they've got to be so meticulous in making sure it can be dealt with. So the waiting game now. Thoughts with Matt Rush. The applause will tell you that we should be able to have a resumption fairly soon. He is on his feet, that's good to see. Physios have worked their magic, and he's walking fairly purposefully and pacily. Are they going to make the change? They are. Just thought they might wait until the second half. We're so close to the end of it, but yeah, they are going to make the change. Will Davis coming on. Davis, another close season acquisition. Played for Braintree and York, successful loan with Bromley, helping them to the promised land of the EFL. And he did score against York in their 2-2 draw, 4 goals shared at the weekend in the home game. Dropped to the bench for this one as they rotated the squad with a quick turnover, but now he's back on. It isn't the circumstances he would want to come into with an injury to Matt Rush. It was a knock to the head. He received the treatment, did walk off, which is good to see. No stretcher needed. But he's replaced by the number 9, Will Davis, in the 6th minute of stoppage time now at the end of this first half. Barbrook, too much on that. It was an intelligent run made by Odelusi, but wasn't able to pick him out. Make sure you stay tuned at half-time for the rest of the scores and the big moments from this first half so far. It's fascinatingly evenly poised between two of the best teams so far this season. There is the half-time whistle. 1 apiece at the break. Sutton roared into the lead through the brilliance of Edwino Vass. We're having the better of it, but Eastleigh dug deep and embarked on a wonderful attack down the right involving Semenyo and Quigley, and there was Paul McCallum, regular goal scorer, to level things up. It's 1 This one on the proverbial knife edge as we get the second half underway at Silver Lake Stadium. One apiece between Eastleigh, top of the table, and Sutton, who began the day in fourth. And straight away their substitute, Will Davis, is carrying the ball. He came on at the end of the half. Matt Rush, we wish him a speedy recovery. Got a head injury, but he did walk off to be replaced, so an enforced change there with Davis coming on for Rush. We can run through the two lineups for you. Eastleigh, the home side, all in blue, managed by Calvin Davis, the head coach. Joe McDonnell in goal, Jake Vokins, Lloyd Humphries, Ludwig Franciette and Niall Mayer. With the rest of the lineup, Jake Taylor, Angel Warui, Jay Semenyo and Scott Quigley, with Chris Maguire supporting striker and goal scorer with that equaliser with a header, his fourth of the season, Paul McCallum. On the bench for Eastleigh, good options: Tommy Scott, Tyree Shade, Lee Hodson, Corey Panther, Noah Boutin, Liam Webber and Maliki Dotsi. As for Sutton, head coach is Steve Morrison. Steve Arnold in goal. Outfield player skipper Tyler French, Harry Ransom, Hayden Muller, Jack Wadham, Siju Odelusi, Josh Colley, Edwino Vass, the goal scorer, brilliant opener from him, Finley Barbrook, Ashley Naddison, and now Will Davis up front. Here comes Quigley for Eastleigh. On the charge, plays it back for Semenyo. They combine to set up the chance for McCallum with the goal. Here's Humphries pinging one into the danger zone. Good pressure applied here by Eastleigh. Sticking out the boot there is McCallum, having been played in by Vokins, stretched and strained, but couldn't wrap his foot round the ball, and it spins through for Steve Arnold in the Sutton goal. Sutton's remaining subs, by the way: Jack Sims, the keeper, Lewis Simper, Nana Boateng, Charlie Waller, Jeremy Civey and Jaden Harris. Many of those started the last game. Will they be introduced later on? The referee is Sam Mulhall, assisted by Mark Senior and Martin Blore running the touchlines, and fourth official is Mark Darien. Tamworth have gone back in front against Aldershot, 2-1 up. We'll bring you the rest of the goals as they go in the second half. Here comes Sutton now through the centre. Hayden Muller does well. Josh Coley, first time ball, and he'll come through now for Odelusi. Will he shoot? No, unselfishly plays it back for Barbrook. Danger hasn't gone for Eastleigh. Cross comes in and plucked out of the air. Calm as you like picking apples from the tree for Joe McDonnell. Brilliant distribution, fantastic work, like an Olympic discus thrower there was McDonnell. Finding Quigley, who got an assist for the goal. And a reliable, regular contributor of chances this season, Quigley. Fourth minute of the second 45. But lots of stoppage time for the issue with Matt Rush. That's why we kicked off a bit late. Edwino Vass has gone down. So too has Eastleigh's Scott Quigley. Let's hope they both get back onto their feet before not too long. Vass is beating the turf with his left hand there. Quigley looks in some discomfort as well. Not the type of player who'll go down for no reason. Vass is on his feet now, getting ready to take the free kick. Is the referee going to book Scott Quigley here? I think he is. Yeah, yellow card for Eastleigh's number 20. To match the colour of the Sutton shirt. Maidenhead a 3-1 up on Barnet. What a goals there. Maidenhead United. And Tamworth a 3-1 up now on Aldershot. Great day at the Lamb for the hosts so far. Edwino Vaz for Muller. New signing, one of several. The revamped squad for Sutton following their relegation. Muller, who played that raking ball, played in the League of Ireland with Dundalk, also in England with Millwall and Scotland with St Johnstone, so he's had quite a varied career so far. Taylor and Humphreys, the league leaders, looking to make it 5 maximums out of 5. They're level at the moment though. Semenyo pursuing this one, had to come out of his penalty area there, did Arnold, but some nifty footwork and good positioning. Reading of the situation was impeccable in the end. Barbara strokes the passes in masterful fashion. And now Ransom for his captain French. Odelusi loses out. Quigley might be in here, but Edwino Vaz is alert. Quigley wrestling him. He's got to be careful, as Scott Quigley, having just been yellow carded. Quigley a regular last season and at the start of this, formerly of Barrow and Stockport. Coley, who did well in the first half. French raiding forward, and still Odelusi couldn't get there. Muller composed on the ball. Clever clip for Edwino Vaz, and Coley, has he got another goal up his sleeve? If he was to score, that'd be 4 in 5. Coley leaves the throw in for Vaz. Semenyo gets the touch. Captain play well by Odelusi. Vaz, Coley competing with Lloyd Humphreys. Vaz angles in the cross, but watched it all the way into the gloves there. Judged the flight immaculately. A teasing trajectory from Vaz, as it was for his goal. One apiece. Thought this would be a close one to call, given how the team played. Eastleigh upwardly mobile with those 4 wins, but 2 wins and 2 draws. They won their most recent away game, did Sutton, by a goal to nil at Wealdstone. In the last home game, Eastleigh turned the tables on last season's playoff finalists, Solihull Moors, having come from behind to beat Fylde in their home game before that. Of course, they've had good away victories as well at Maidenhead and at Altrincham on Saturday. Sutton on the charge now, winning a corner. Good work by Ashley Naddison. On dead ball duty again will be Edwino Vaz. He set the ball rolling with a super opening goal. Pegged back by McCallum's header. Classic McCallum it was. But he's having to help the defence now. Right wing, left boot. Edwino Vaz charged with the responsibility from the set piece. McCallum does win the header. Referee had spotted a bit of argy-bargy, I think, in the penalty area, jostling for position. Will Davis, the substitute, protesting his innocence. He'd love to score in back-to-back games. The Sutton number 9, the Eastleigh number 9 already on target. Semenyo had a hand in the goal, did really well down the right, playing Quigley in, who crossed for McCallum. He can be happy with his afternoon's work. The home fans appreciate Jason Menyo. Lee Hodson replaces him. Hodson slotting in on the right. Scott Quigley is on a yellow card. An assist for the goal. Fine display again. Never lets the club down. Quigley departs. Squad's going to be important this season. Tyree Shade replaces him. Some Kitts and Nevis international. On loan with Solihull Moors last season. New signing, played for Swindon. Can he conjure some magic, dip into his box of tricks? Shade, he's a good option to come on. Facts of ability on both benches. Double switch from Calvin Davis. Will it prove a masterstroke? Most inspired sub of the season was when he brought on Chris Maguire against Fylde, and he scored straight away with a lovely bit of control and shot, and it was from Shade's cross. McCallum is going to take this throw in, the goal scorer. He's going to loop one long. Good strength, excellent flight as well, and then the header from the defender there. That was brilliant from McCallum, arcing in, as good as a corner really. And with his lethal launch, he's won his team a corner kick. And he'll try and get on the end of this. The second bite of the cherry for Humphreys. His first shot was blocked, it popped up for him, lashed it in, and he's behind for another corner. Maguire spotted his run, that was a really clever ball. Humphreys on the volley, took a deflection off Muller, I think. Fell favourably again for Humphreys, who hammered it in, and the save was made. Probably been their best chance apart from the goal. Are they going to have a good spell in the game here? Referee just dealing with the situation. Played short this time by Maguire for Vokins. Low header. Warui telling everyone to calm down, in control of the situation. And that one comes through for keeper Steve Arnold, who bowls it out for Sutton. Eastleigh have got their tails up here, the bit between the teeth. They ended the first half strongly, and they've begun the second with heart, desire, belief that they can win this game. That was a good chance for Humphreys moments ago. Maguire is in the mood here. Chris Maguire, lovely balance. Little back heel now for the substitute, Hodson. Will it fall for Maguire? No, it's cleared. Good run this by Mayer. Just tried to take it too far though. Now he's out of position. Here's Coley for Sutton on the burst. Eating up the turf is Sidhu Odelusi now, the Sutton number 6. Odelusi for Edwino Vass. Will he try another long ranger? No, he'll go for the cross this time, away by Franciat. It'll come back to the feet of Edwino Vass. Tries to play in Odelusi. Good work by Humphreys, who came close to making it 2-1 to Eastleigh moments ago. But now they're having to do some defending, the hosts, with Wadham and Naddison. Good work, though, by Shade. It's come on for Quigley. Odelusi. Edwino Vass. Brushes aside Hodson and then pushes it into touch. Good determination there from Hodson. Now it's Sutton who make the double change. Jack Wadham is one of the players coming off. Jaden Harris entering the fray. Harris, a summer signing after leaving Carlisle. Won promotion with them in the past. Sidiou Odelusi coming off as well. Had an early chance before the Vaz goal. Lewis Simper, summer recruit from Cambridge, whom he played in League One. He's had several non-league loans as well. Simper, who started the last game, dropped to the bench. Now he's back on alongside Jaden Harris. Harris, a former Fulham youth, an Aldershot player. Are they going to make an impact? They'll look to influence proceedings from the outset. And immediately he's in getting involved is Jaden Harris. You do feel subs, particularly when both teams played on a Saturday, could be key here into the final third of the contest. 1-1, both goals in the opening period. Both bosses shuffling their packs. Muller. Edwino Vass just prevented it from trickling over the edge of the pitch. And now Simper for Coley. Vass for Barbrook. And now French. Barbrook again. Exchanges passes with Ransom. Barbrook now will combine with Simper. Patient passing football. Thoughtful build-up. But standing firm. Good positioning from Eastleigh. Not allowing Sutton to build up a head of steam or get into a rhythm. Sutton was certainly the better team when they scored and for much of that first half, but Eastleigh have redressed the balance and it's definitely been the more even second. If anything, Eastleigh have shaded it, certainly with a Humphreys double chance. They did look menacing. Oldham are 1-1 with Gateshead. Southend 1-1 with Dagenham and Redbridge. As things stand, Eastleigh will go to 13 points and Sutton to 9. Could still change. Frenetic action in the first month of the season continues. Live on National League TV, Jack Woodward talking you through the action. Follow all the social media channels. A shade. Then on the half volley after that, wasn't able to make it 2-1. Good chance for the sub, created expertly by Chris Maguire, pulling the strings, floated it majestically there for Shade. Time seemed to stand still, so close. Eastleigh having the better chances of this half. Humphreys and Shade coming within a whisker of making it 2-1. They've got the impetus here. Can they hammer home the advantage? Vokins' corner. He's got to be careful here as Arnold went high up into the air, was dipping underneath the bar, and he's pushed it behind for another corner. It's all Eastleigh at the moment. They were second best earlier on, were the Spitfires, but they've gradually changed the narrative here. Past the 20-minute mark of the second half, 1-1. Vokins. Maguire's available. Maguire controls and feeds Warui. Comfortably headed away. Hodson. Shade's made a difference since coming on. Excellent work again from Shade. who almost scored moments ago, opens up for Maguire now. That could spell danger for Sutton. Maguire with Humphries on the overlap, tries the cross towards McCallum, just got it wrong though. Great decoy run made by Humphries rapidly, and Maguire may now wish that he played it to him. But he's looking in creative mood, is Eastleigh's number 7. Can they make their dominance tell in the second half? They're enjoying a good spell in the game here, are the hosts. Are Sutton running out of steam, or are they going to come again? Eastleigh starting to play like league leaders, they really are. Here they come again. What a charging run that is by Vokin. Somehow he's kept it in play. In fact, the flag was belatedly raised and the whistle blown by ref Sam Mulhall. Remains even Stevens. Both bosses have made a number of substitutions. Eastleigh welcoming Tyree Shade and Lee Hodson into the fray. Sutton, Will Davies came on at the end of the first half. In the second, Lewis Simper, Jaden Harris. Still got the likes of Nana Boateng, Charlie Waller, Jeremy Sivy on the bench. Eastleigh have still potentially got Panther, Bhutan, Webber and Dotsey to call on, outfield-wise. Here comes Sutton now. Good attack from them as the challenge comes in. It's a corner kick. They're claiming it should have been a penalty kick, I think. Well, let's have another look at that one. Ball played in from the right-hand side. In came the sliding challenge. The referee decides to give a corner, much to the annoyance of the visitors. But they do have Edwino Vass ambling over to steer in this set piece. Ransom forward from the back. Played short. Good header away into the second half of the second half. Is there to be a winner between two evenly matched teams? They've certainly not cancelled each other out though. Sutton overall had the better of the first half. Eastleigh so far have had the better of the second. And it comes from Simper, the sub. Confidently claimed. Perfectly pouched by Joe McDonald. Eastleigh looking for the corner, but positioning was perfect. Fine shot stopping from McDonald to foil Will Davies. Chance for Sutton. It's Eastleigh who'd had the better opportunities since the interval. Up until that point, more substitute action. Fourth official Mark Darrian's busy at the moment with his board. Is Mayer going off? Yeah, Niall Mayer is off. Corey Panther replaces him. Formerly the Luton Academy, on loan with Weymouth last season. Corey Panther started the first game, the win at Maidenhead, helping his team to a clean sheet. The number 19 is on, 23 years young, for the last 20 minutes. Taylor, always a driving force, providing the engine, making things tick. In goes Panther, in straight away. Thirsty to get involved. McCallum, is he going to add to his goal? He so often goes on and gets a brace or a hat-trick. McCallum, never happy with just the one. Hodson, Humphries, Borui and Franciette. Good, crisp, slick passing football from the home side. We've seen a lot of that this season from them. That one just bouncing too high for the ever-willing Lee Hodson. Boston take the lead at York. York 0, Boston 1. Hartlepool 2-1 up at Woking. Quite a lot of tight games today. And this is one of them in the National League on a sunny bank holiday. Just making a nuisance of himself was Jaden Harris, illegally so, says the ref, and he's going to get himself a yellow card. The substitute a little bit too enthusiastic and eager to make his mark on the game. Harris, the latest player to be booked. Not been a dirty match by any means. Over exuberance from Harris. Hunter to launch. Hodgson loses out to Edwino Vass. Striding energetically, shot to the turf by Hodgson. And a free kick for Sutton United. They won't settle for a point, they'll go and try and get all three. Gaps might start to open up. Hodgson competing, just crossed the line. Simper and Barbrook. Simper again. Keeps it simple for Muller. Simper. Franciere. Warui. Shade for Hodgson. Shade again. Good pressure applied. Charging down was Simper. You wouldn't say it's been a thriller. It's not exactly been chance after chance, but both teams will feel they're well capable of getting a second. Humphreys, Shade with the best chances apart from the Eastleigh goal from McCallum. What a ball that is, raking. Fantastic vision and execution. Vokins swings it over. Just took a favourable touch there for Steve Arnold, who rolled it out straight away for Barbrook. Always looking to gather the ball and set up an attack, the talented number 14 of Sutton United. Southend 1, Dagenham and Redbridge 2, latest score. Got a couple of nil-nils, Braintree and Ebbsfleet and Yeovil and Rochdale. All the rest of the goals have games. We'll recap on all the latest scores later. You'll see the goals if you missed them earlier from this game as well. Are we going to get any more as we come up towards the last quarter of an hour at Silver Lake Stadium, live on National League TV? Edwino Vass's goal for Sutton cancelled out in the first half by you-know-who, Paul McCallum. He wants back-to-back golden boots, does McCallum. Enjoying some possession and territory for Sutton. They bossed the first half at times. It's been a different story in the second. Muller. Good ball. And in it comes, straight into McDonald's path. And he thought about distributing quickly, but decided to hang on to it. You wouldn't expect this one to fizzle out. Two good defences. Both of them have been breached. I think if you were predicting a scoreline from a neutral point of view, you might have gone for a draw here. Eastleigh so good winning their first four, but Sutton unbeaten themselves. Oh, and Maguire nearly nipped in there. Couldn't quite get to the ball, and it's still with Sutton. Simper. And Muller. Simper assesses, then flights one for Vass. Vass gets to the ball first time. Good use of the legs by Joe McDonnell. That was a really good through ball for Vaz, who did well, electric pace, and then had the subtlety to cut it back, but there to meet it at the near post was Joe McDonnell. He's had a good game as the Eastleigh keeper. As is Steve Arnold for Sutton. We mentioned quality defences, you've got quality goalkeepers as well. There's a terrific ball for Vaz, who just got there, hit it powerfully, but in front of Davis, there was McDonnell. Another double change. As Edwino Vaz, the goal scorer for Sutton, goes off. So too does Josh Coley. They were very threatening in the first half, but kept much more quiet in the second. But they can be happy with what they've done. Jeremy Civvy, one of the players to come on. And Civvy, start of the last game, was replaced with 67 on the clock. Summer signing after his release by Middlesbrough. Made his debut for Borough in the EFL Cup a few seasons ago, and Leighton Orient youth, played for Harrogate. Civvy's on, but here come Eastleigh now. Claims of a handball against Tyler French, the Sutton skipper. Not given, but they have won a corner. Chance to apply some pressure here. Maguire over to take it. Franciette's forward. He'd love to get on the end of this. So too would Panther. He's been a huge player for Eastleigh this season, Maguire, but couldn't pick out a teammate there in the 79th minute. Arnold collects and then rolls it forward for the other man who's just come on, Charlie Waller. Waller tried to get there. He's on loan from MK Dons till January as Waller came through the Dons Academy, making his debut against Chelsea's under-21s in the EFL Trophy. Scored against Northampton in the same competition as well for MK Dons. Now he's on loan in the National League with Sutton, is Waller. He's come on along with Civvy, so they've made 5 subs with Simper, Davis, Waller, Civvy and Harris all on. And of course for Eastleigh, Shade, Hodson and Panther have all entered the fray. 1-1. Coming up towards the last 10 minutes. Waller and fellow sub Jeremy Civvy. Civvy looks to be in the mood to do some damage. Waller's behind him. Civvy knocks it over. Taylor always seems to be in the right place at the right time for his team. Calmly gets it away. McCallum, is he going to get another opportunity to score? I don't think either team will be displeased with a draw. Will continue their respective unbeaten starts. Eastleigh beginning the game 4 points above their opponents because they've won every match. Simper and Barbrook. And now it's Davis, tries the ball, but too much pace on it for Barbrook, who kept his run going. And he appreciates the idea of Davis, does Barbrook. They just didn't quite get the angle right. They attempted a 1-2, couldn't thread their way through an obstinate rear guard of Eastleigh. You wouldn't say defences have necessarily dominated, but 1-1 is probably a fair reflection of the game we've seen. Sutton would have felt they thoroughly deserved their advantage the way they were playing in the first half, but Eastleigh have pegged them back and had good moments after the interval. Waller now, who's going to come on strong in the final chapter. Civvy has been bright since coming on. Barbrook for Simper. Waller getting a lot of touches. Gradually pushing Eastleigh back here at Sutton United. French. Harris. Just ran into touch. Nowhere to go. It's going to take something special, you feel, to win this one. Will it be an error? Or a good little passage of play? Woking 2, Hartlepool 2. Cracking game there. And this match looks so level pegging. Several of the games at the moment heading for draws. So many late goals in this division, though. 2,378 is the attendance, with 297 away fans. Another good game, with the matches coming thick and fast. 7 minutes to go. You'd feel there might be a good scoring possibility for each team still to come. Make sure you stay tuned. Very pleasant day for watching football, for the fans who have turned up. Humphreys might have had a goal with a double chance earlier on in the half. Now he's going to take this throw in. He's got through some good work again. Muller. Barbrook, cultured midfielder, continues to push the passes. Simper. In front of him is Civi. But there is Humphreys. Classic sliding challenge, timed to perfection. Gliding over. Throw in for Sutton. Charlie Waller. For Civi. Waller hugging this near touchline. Good all-action work by Taylor. That's what you want from your captain. Hassling, haranguing, making himself a nuisance. Are we heading for a stalemate? Will spoils be shared? It would end 100% start for Eastleigh, but it'd continue their unbeaten one, and indeed that of Sutton, but you don't want to draw too many games. Into the final 5. Free kick for the visitors. Lewis Simper poised to take it. Queuing up on the edge of the box. Simper lifts it. Good curling ball. It'll come back into the mix, and there's Taylor heroically defending for his team. Suffered a knock for his troubles, but vitally he met the ball. Probably wouldn't have counted anyway if he hadn't been able to get there, because he was fouled in the process, but that was brave. That was top quality from Jake Taylor. Experienced 30-something now, former Welsh international. Reading, Exeter, Stevenage. An impressive captain. Away by McDonnell, who's had a good save from Will Davis in the second half, and also stopped Davis from getting on the end of a Edwino Vaz cross. He can be content with his work, as can Arnold in the other goal. Barbrook for French, and a little bit sloppy, just a lapse in concentration from Jaden Harris. It's been an energy-sapping long weekend when most people are chilling out, enjoying themselves, relaxing. These footballers have had 2 intense, testing 90 minutes plus stoppage time to negotiate, and you have to appreciate how well they've done, given they played 2 games in 3 days here. Shade. So it would be understandable if it did just fade away to a draw, given the energies that they'd exerted. It looks like it is going to do that at the moment, but you never know. Might still be an opening for either team. Latest scores elsewhere. Boston have got a second. They look like they're going to get a win at York. So elsewhere, Braintree 0, Ebbsfleet 0. Forest Green 1, Altrincham 1. Halifax 0, Solihull Moors 1. Maidenhead 3, Barnet 1. Oldham 1, Gateshead 1. Southend 1, Dagenham and Redbridge 2. Tamworth 3, Aldershot 1. Wealdstone 1, Fylde 0. Woking 2, Hartlepool 2. Yeovil 0, Rochdale 0. York 0, Boston 2. Long throw-in, looping, dangerous by McCallum. Up goes Francier, making life difficult for the Sutton rearguard. But the header flashes wide of the target. Is there going to be another chance for Eastleigh? Was that their final little glimpse of goal? Shade. Lively, as always. Shade gets the better of Waller. Brilliant from Shade. Steering in the cross, but now it's a possible breakaway for Sutton. And Taylor thought he'd won the ball, lunges in. Referee, though, feels for his notebook. And a yellow card for Jake Taylor. Scything down Jaden Harris. But it's important that he got to him, otherwise Harris might have been away. Took one for the team there. Are they closing in on a point? Final minute of the 90. Shouldn't get too much stoppage time. Although we haven't had a goal or a serious injury, but in the second half, but there has been the usual substitution, so we could still get 4 minutes or so. Could there be time for a last-ditch winner? I think it would be a winner now if there was to be a goal. Eastleigh are set to remain top. As things stand, Eastleigh would be 2 points clear of Gateshead at the top, and Sutton would go up a place to third on 9 points, with Hartlepool and Barnet not having as good a goal differences. But it could change. First minute of stoppage time. Tyrese Shade, can he make himself a hero here? Bright and breezy down the right. Shade still going. Pokes the pass. Hodgson low across the face of goal, but he can't pick out McCallum, who was loitering within 10. Brilliant attack. Shade has been superb since coming on, always looking to influence proceedings. The number 10 poked the pass for Hodgson, who just couldn't cut it back. The idea was there, the execution wasn't. That was the moment for Eastleigh. They'll be thinking if only Hodgson could have put it on a plate for McCallum, he would have gobbled it up in delighted fashion. As it is, that might be the final opening of the game. Looks like we're set for a 1-1. But Shade could sense the anticipation, the excitement, the optimism that he was on the ball. Hodgson, his fellow sub, has been more than adequate replacement. Just lacked the clinical pass in the final third. McCallum took his headed opportunity in the first half, like the seasoned striker that he is. Here now is Civi. Could there be a chance for Sutton? Civi looks for the top corner, as it is. Hits it far too powerfully over the target and into the fans behind the goal. But that was a little half chance for Sutton. So both teams are going for the win here. Francilat made a nuisance of himself, closed down Civi, who was hoping for rather better there. So no suggestion of just settling for a point here for either Eastleigh or Sutton. Doing the utmost. Maximum commitment levels. Forest Green get a late goal against Altrincham. Look like they're going to get all the points. Here come Eastleigh now. And the flag is raised. Maguire bashes the ball against the advertising hoarding behind the goal in frustration. Southend 2, Dagenham and Redbridge 2. What was I saying about late goals? Woking 3, Hartlepool 2. 5-goal thriller there. So we are getting stoppage time goals elsewhere. We've nearly had one here with a good burst by Shade and Hodson, but he couldn't pick out McCallum in the middle, and Civi with an effort over the bar, with one chance still being looked for by both teams. 3 minutes of stoppage time play. Civi. Good cameo from him. Cross from Waller is blocked by Hodson. Corner kick. Surely this is the last chance for a winner for Sutton. Are they going to take it short for Civi? Lewis Simper on depth. Eastleigh a point and kept their unbeaten record intact. The crossover from Simper. Civi crashes one against the woodwork, and then Waller on the follow-up heads it towards the corner, and that is absolutely remarkable from McDonald. Could be another chance here. They're raining in on goal, and it's wide. Another corner. All Sutton at the end of this game. And it's all hands to the pump here, absolutely everything, and they can't believe they haven't got a last-ditch winner. Over it went. There was Will Davis, I think, got the touch, the number 9. Ransom was up there as well, Waller, and then the resulting corner nearly brought about a goal. But it was Edwino Vass opening the scoring in the first half for Sutton. Yet another goal for Paul McCallum from Quigley's cross, heading in from close range. 1-1 at the break. Both teams had chances in the second half. As it finishes, Eastleigh 1, Sutton 1. An excellent game between two top sides. Here's the opening goal as Sutton looked to go back in front, and then Edwino Vass from Simper's ball. Good work again by McDonald in front of Will Davis. But then how about this? Corner from Simper. Volley against the bar by Civi, and then Waller thought he'd scored, only for McDonald to palm it away. Then from the resulting corner, up they went. May have been a defender, may have been Davis who got the touch. Ransom there as well, as it hit the top of the bar, and that was a phenomenal finale. Exhausting, breathless stuff, riveting fare in the National League. What a game that was, what a finish to it, as we bring you the latest scores from the rest of the matches. Some late goals going in, but crucially Eastleigh getting a draw. 4 wins and a draw now from their first 5 matches. Sutton with 2 wins and 3 draws. Eastleigh top of the league, and here are the games taking place this coming Saturday. Eastleigh go to Gateshead. That should be a cracker. Another top of the table game. And Sutton United have a home match on Saturday as well. But from me, Jack Woodward, signing off from Silver Lake Stadium. Another top afternoon of National League football live on National League TV, as it finishes with both teams staying unbeaten. Eastleigh 1, Sutton 1.